Okay, so here I am. I've been having a problem with the bike not wanting to start there, and it was off and on, and then it was good for a week or two, and then it started giving me problems. In the last few days, it got worse and worse until yesterday it wouldn't start. Luckily, where I had stopped, I could bum start it. I could push down the hill and get it started. So that indicated to me that excuse me, that indicated to me that the problem really was not in the ignition side, but in the starter side. And I thought it was the starter relay. Now, luckily, I've got I had downloaded the manual for this, and that's one of the things that you should have for your bike or for your vehicle. Even things that you bring with you if you're doing long-term traveling, is be able to fix things yourself. So you need manuals, and a lot of stuff you can download now off the internet. So anyways, I had looked at it before, but I hadn't really sat down and concentrated on what I was doing. It's kind of like just a quick look and this and that. But today I found myself placed a camp. It was only 10 leve, which is about $7. It seems like an okay place. The people are pretty friendly. It's the off season, so there's not too many people around. Anyways, so I set out. I was thinking I was going to need ignition relay, but I wanted to confirm that. So what I did was I took a really good look, sat down, had a bite to eat. Here, I might as well just come over here and show you. So this is my my view from my tent. It's pretty nice day today, actually, because the sun there, it's a little bit hazy, so the sun's not too sharp on me. Anyways, yeah, this is where I had my my lunch, right here. And you can see everything's still out there, a little bit of a mess. I'm not really worried about it. Anyways, so I sat down, I had something to eat, relaxed, and looked at my schematic. And the thing I noticed from the schematic was that it got the ground from the relay through the clutch switch. Now, I had thought it was the kickstand sensor, because I had kicked it a few times and it seems that okay, it wasn't working. Kicked it a few times, then it worked. So I thought that was the problem. Anyways, but since I had never had a problem with while I was running that it shut off or anything like that, it was just to start it. So anyways, I had taken a look at the wiring, and I would have had to take apart the whole side of the bike to get to the wiring harness to inspect it and what have you. And I wanted to check more easier things, maybe something else. Anyways, so when I checked on my phone here, actually I've got it on the phone. I can show you. There you go. It's right here. Let's see if you can see that at all. There you go. So you can see the schematic there. It's actually pretty good, and I could see that it got the ground through the clutch lever, or the clutch switch. So what I did is I disconnected it here, and I bypassed it. So all I did was bypass it here. Took a piece of mechanics wire, and that's another thing that I've got with me is mechanics wire. Here, I've got mechanics wire so you can tie stuff up, and I've got some other stuff here to secure if I have problems. But anyways, so I bypassed it, and then because it wouldn't start, but now no problems. So that's what it is right there. So what I'm going to do is here's the ignition, the clutch sensor here. So I'm gonna take it. See, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna take it apart and see if I can clean it. Or yeah, clean connections, and maybe that's what I'll do too. Is the connections inside here. I'll see if I can clean those up a little bit too, and I can see if I can get it to work again. If I can get it to work again, that's great. If not, then I'll just bypass it like this and then tape everything up, seal it, and figure out a more permanent solution a little bit later. So anyways, yeah, that's been a little bit it's been giving me headaches and been problematic, and it's usually something pretty simple if you really sit down and take a look at it, and you know, and really focus on what you're doing. Before, when I was working on it, I wasn't really focusing on it, and today I decided I was going to really focus on that, and it was actually very easy. So anyways, that's what I've got for now. It's good because now I can relax a little bit, I can tour around, and I can feel secure, because it's really unnerving not knowing if the bike's going to let go or not be dependable. It really is very unnerving when it's the bike doesn't seem, or your vehicle doesn't seem to be dependable. But no, everything's gonna be okay, I think. Okay, thanks guys, bye bye. Okay, so I've got the clutch switch out, and I seem to remember quite a while ago I had a problem with this. I had forgotten all about it. Anyways, I took it apart, and you take a look here. I don't know if you can see that. Now it's coming in and out, but there, you can hear that now. See, it's stuck. And if I can get it there, that little click, that means it's getting stuck in that one spot. Now I've got this, when I was working, I had a rep give us this little needle oiler. They either we could have had, Jesus, I forget what it was, a tire pressure gauge or something, or this little needle oiler, and I took this here, and I don't use it very often, but I decided to take it on this trip, and it's come really handy. I use it to grease my or oil my little locks here. And what I'm going to do with this, because I'm pretty sure I had this apart before I cleaned it up, but it's still sticking here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in here and see what that does. Okay, so I put a little bit of oil in there, and it seemed to be going back and forth pretty good, pretty easy. So now what I'm going to do, I just got everything back in there and back together, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if she'll start up. As if it were made for it. Okay, so I'm going to lock this all back up. What I will do, this little piece of wire, I'm going to keep that in a tank bag, nice and handy, so that if all of a sudden it starts giving me problems again, what I'll do is I'll just disconnect it from here and bypass it and start it up. So yeah, catastrophe averted. Now she's running like a top again. The only thing is, there's always something, is I don't know if I'm having a problem with this here little it has a gauge on it for my voltage and that, but it's now saying that the alternator is having a hard time keeping up with charging my phone. Now I don't know if it's an isolated incident or whatever, but so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. But for now, she starts up and everything running good. So I'm gonna put everything back together and go into Nest Bar and have a look around, do the tourist thing. Okay guys, bye.